In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you.
12통이 넘는 샹그레. 와, 크롬 5천. 귀여워. 내 주머니에 들어있는 거에 8분의 1밖에 안 되는 거. 응? 자, 이야기를 해보자. 말할 건 말해봐야지. 안 그래? 아, 근데 이 자리에서 뭐 영광스럽다 이야기를 좀 나눠보긴 해야지.
Feels like a second distinction. I'm honored.
자리가 자리니까. 나중에 따로 있을 때 말해주는 게 좋지 않을까?
In a moment I shall speak to Siana. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly. But she is my sister.
왜 갑자기?
Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
진짜 만감이
We shall
깊잖은데?
now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city.
일단 경비를 강화했다고 하니까 허튼 짓은 안 하겠지. 내 눈앞에서 죽어버리진 않을 거야. 자, 이게 어떻게 흘러갈지 지켜봅시다. 경비도 있고 나도 있다. 저거 뒤에 손으로 뭘 숨기고 있는 걸까? 아니야, 숨기고 있는 건 아닌가? 뭐 내가 하고 싶은 대로 할 수 있지.
I'm not a prisoner, free to do as I choose.
You have committed crimes, grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise
재판관이요? 예?
as one
왜?
impartial.
근데 왜 나한테 갑자기 바톤 야, 당황스럽네. 바톤 터치라고 있네 갑자기. 아니, 잠깐 생각해보자. 시아나의 범죄는 끔찍했지만 고통스러웠을 이유가 있었다. 시아나는 명백히 유죄입니다. 그게 제일 중요합니다. 1번 하겠습니다.
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... Your dagger hurt most. You were my Honorietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Honorietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister? The day they banished me from the palace. Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish platters, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out, but you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you. Sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony, it was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
그래. 가자.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This
자,
blue light makes me oh
일단은 마스크와 장갑. 이 게임이 아직 안 끝나네요. 생각보다 오랫동안 하는데? 그렇게 생각 안 해요. 정말 오래 하는데? 자, 좋아. 일단 여기까지 해서 자,
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
그러게 끝날 듯 말 듯 안 끝나. 신기한 게임이야. 자, 얘가 지금 이거 수집할 때 저는 이제 다른 장소로 와서 수집을 하면 되겠죠. 맨드레이크 하니까 돈스타브에 있는 그 친구 생각나는데. 자, 레지스에게로 돌아가라. 그러게요. 동화나라로 끝일 줄 알았는데. 그러게요. 얘 또 어디 갔어? 위쳐 센스를 사용하여 레지스를 찾자. 얘 갑자기 왜 이 와중에 와가지고, 잠깐만. 지금 느낌 살짝 안 좋으니까 이거 끼고요. 제 주머니에 횃불이 있을 거예요. 횃불 하나 끼고 하자. 횃불 있지 않나? 나한테 있었을 텐데. 어디에 있지? 뭐야? 횃불 여기 있다. 찾았고 이거 끼고요. 자, 시작해볼까? 레지스가 이쪽으로 왔다 이거지? 이거 뭐지? 뭐야? 뭐야? 대체 뭐야? 아니! 레지스가 노림을 받고 있는데?
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless
아,
of
선택이 이렇게
or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink. Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco
새 집에 선물을 남기고 왔다. 침실 탁자 위에?
I left a gift for you at your new home.
나중에 이따 한번 가보도록 하죠.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will
변이인자가
no
필요할 때
less
유용하게
useful
사용할 수
to
있을
me
거다.
mutagens.
오.
Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
글쎄다.
Don't really know yet. Might find the life of a hard-working vintner too tempting one day. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path, go on roaming, staring up at the stars after laying my bedroll at the roadside.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I sense some poetry coming on. Which
그놈의
of course
단델라이온
brings to
진짜.
mind dandelion. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like mamoons and dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy though.
그래. 이거 이야기를 계속 해보자.
I so don't feel like going anywhere.
와, 여기까지 이제 더 위쳐, 와일드 헌트,
So we shall.
블러드 앤 와인 결말인 것
We
같습니다.
have witnessed and in fact on several
난 나름 납득할 만한
occasions
결말이었던 것 같아요.
great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
날 본다. 와, 이렇게 연출하시네. 네, 여기까지 이제 블러드 앤 와인이었습니다. 하트 오브 스톤 때처럼 제 선택을 번복할 필요는 없을 것 같아요. 이렇게 해서 모든 위쳐 스토리가 끝났습니다. 그리고 아직 하나 더 남아있어요. 이게 이제 제 위쳐 1회차의 마지막 퀘스트가 될 것 같습니다. 나중에 2회차 하게 되면은 그때는 이제 다른 선택들을 한번 선택해보도록 할게요. 네, 그럼에도 불구하고 나는 왠지 현재 선택들을 나중에도 다시 할 것 같아. 시리를 살리고 올지어드를 살리고 시아나를 살리겠지. 나중에 어떻게 선택할지는 그때 한번 해보도록 하죠. 그리고 얼른 집에 한번 가보자. 그렇지? 너와도 이제 오늘로 마지막이군. 당분간 위철하지 않을 거야, 로치. 네, 진짜 잘 만들었다, 게임을. 진짜 명작이야. 이거 위쳐4를 만든다는 루머가 있긴 해요. 위쳐라는 게임의 스토리는 이제 이걸로 끝났지만 이제 다른 어떤 이야기로 다시 위쳐4로 돌아온다는 말이 있긴 합니다. 그때 아마 그러면 망설이지 않고 구매할 것 같은데. 이렇게 재밌는 게임이라니. 이거 몇 시간 했죠, 저? 정말 오래 했는데, 이거? 진짜 어마어마하긴 하다. 그렇지? 이쪽이야. 근데 마지막에 와서 궁금해지는 게 이게 이제 내가 볼 수 있는 최선의 엔딩이었나 싶기도 해요. 결국은 이제 레지스가 자신의 친구를 죽이고 쫓기는 몸이 된 거지. 시아나를 살리고 그리고 또 그 뱀파이어 누구였죠? 보스 누구였지? 누구였는지 기억이 안 나는데 걔도 살리는 길이 있지 않았을까 생각이 되긴 되네요. 자, 이제 이게 마지막 퀘스트야. 가자.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged
모르는
into
사람이
my
집에
residence.
들어왔다고?
I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic
그자들은?
courtesy of introducing
들?
themselves.
들이라니.
What's that smell?
아, 이름이 디틸라프야? 까먹었어. 오! 시리!
You look good. Come. Don't just stand there. I want a hug.
What did you bring?
A Garkin from Angren. I slew it.
야, 이제 제대로 위쳐인데?
That why you left Carrera so suddenly? Had no idea where you'd gone. Your note was puzzling. Don't try to find me. Threw me for a loop.
That was silly. It's just that I felt stifled in your shadow. I'd have suffocated had I stayed. So when I read that notice, the contract. When I saw Angry,
유머랜다.
I knew I had to do it. Alone. Without my nanny.
I'm not your nanny. I believe in you. Like my new house?
It's a lovely home. Has a great deal of potential.
Got it from the Duchess as a down payment for killing the beast. Already managed to renovate a bit. Come outside, I'll show you the grounds.
Ah, it's lovely here. I could stay forever.
What's stopping you?
Actually, not a thing. I slew a Garkin, collected my bounty. I believe I'm owed some respite.
Indeed you do, mademoiselle, as my major domo would say.
You've a butler?
A steward. Name's Barnabas Basil. BB for short, though I don't know if he likes it. He's the one let you in. I'll ask him to bring in some fruit, a beverage. You can spend the rest of the day lying about.
Ah, nothing would make me happier.
Being a witcher anything like you imagined?
Geralt, I didn't have to imagine anything. Remember, before we parted, we walked a good stretch of the path together.
Journeyman and master, though, not the same thing.
I'm still a long way from mastering anything, but I am trying. Anyway, I did learn from the best.
Just passed on what worked for me. Or at least tried to.
I was thinking of Eskel and Lambert.
So, no regrets? Choice you made?
Not at all. I'm doing what I ever wanted to do. Being who I wanted to be. I believe that's one definition of happiness.
Encountered the most charming aspect of being a witcher yet?
Which aspect is that?
The hatred, disgust, that strange blend of admiration, fear, and contempt.
They set their hounds on me in one village. In another, they forbade me from taking a drink from their well. Other than that, it's been all right. No one's tried to cheat me out of my reward so far.
I'd hoped they'd treat a woman differently.
Geralt, when they treat a woman differently in this world, it hardly ever means better. Quite the opposite.
Engrin, how'd it go? Garcanes can be pretty tough opponents.
That's why I had to lure this one to a place both spacious and empty, where it would have nowhere to hide. I found an abandoned crypt far from any town or village.
Good choice. Always best to avoid additional casualties, so your foe had nowhere to hide. But the bastard was still damn quick, I bet.
Not as quick as I am. My greater worry was its strength. I was far outclassed there. But a dose of black blood did the trick. We fought a while, I feigned a mistimed dodge and let it drink. The rest was easy.
자, 나중에 보자.
See you later, Ciri.
Take care of yourself.
자, 이렇게 위쳐 3의 대단원의 막을 내렸습니다. 여기까지 해서 완결을 지을게요. 다들 긴 위쳐 3 보시느라 고생 많이 하셨습니다. 다음에는 다른 게임으로 찾아뵐게요.